Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on, as you guys know, with the situation we're living in camp. We are trying to figure out a better way to dry our clothes once we wash them, because we hang them all outside. So rain, cold, it takes forever for everything to dry. And a lot of our followers have been telling us, to rig up a pulley system or whatever inside the camp to be able to hang our clothes inside camp, which is a good idea. I've just been, trying to figure out and find parts and all that stuff to make that happen. Well, today we're going to make it happen. So it's been a few months back. I went down and done some work for a friend of ours down in Welding, Arkansas, and removed an old garage door opener, and I kept all the parts out of that. And one of the parts we used a pole, or I got a pole out of that has a pulley on the end of it, which will work perfect. I've just got to figure out a way to mount it, and where it'll be strong enough to be able to hold clothes up and all that good stuff. Well, the pole we've already dedicated to mounting our windmill on, but on the other end of it, I need to cut it off anyway, and it's got a pulley on it. So I'm going to cut the end of the pole off and use the pulley, figure out how to get it mounted up. Then we're going to string a rope across camp so we can raise it and lower it to put our clothes on and let them dry inside camp. And they're up out of the way. Hopefully this works. I'm going to get after it. All right, there it is, guys. There's my pulley. Now, first issue we have is the rope we're using is going to be a little bit too big, so it won't go feed through this hole. I've got to disassemble this, drill me a new hole out just a little bit to give me some more room, and get the pulley installed back on here. And then, more junk I had laying around, I'm going to use this. We're going to weld that together, something like that, so it'll mount to the tree and leave the pulley hanging down so the rope can go over and work. So yeah, let's get after it.
There's a man in the morning, boots by the door, up before dawn to do what he's done before. With hands made of callous and a back made of steel, he's the heart of the land and the wheel to the wheel. He don't need no spotlight, no praise from the crowd, just the warmth of his woman to make him feel proud. With sweat and rust and the dust in his veins, he's out in the fields.
There we are. Now the throat's big enough to get the rope through it that we're going to be using, and just move the pulley out just a little bit so to make that throat big enough. Now I've got to get the welder set up and weld my mounting flange to it, and yeah.
He's the blood, he's the backbone. He don't make a fuss, he builds dreams from nothing with sweat and rust. And rust. Got a scar on his knuckles and a sunburned brow. A hard day's work, yeah, he knows it somehow. His strength's in the soil, his pride's in his hands, and he's fighting like hell to keep hold of this land. And he knows that someday, when the working's all done, he'll leave a good life behind for his daughter and son. With sweat and rust and the dust in his veins, he's out in the fields come sunshine or rain. He's the blood, he's the backbone. He don't make a fuss, he builds dreams from nothing with sweat and rust. So here's to the men who break and who bend, the ones who work hard till the last day they spend. With sweat and rust and the dust in his veins, he's out in the fields come sunshine or rain. He's the blood, he's the backbone. He don't make a fuss, he builds dreams from nothing with sweat and rust. And rust.
Well, guys, because I was lazy and I didn't want to try to find my welding helmet, I was trying to do this with my eyes closed, and it didn't work out very well. The welds aren't holding, so I was just trying to tack it and do it with my eyes closed, and yeah, it's not working. So I'm gonna have to try to find my helmet so I can actually get some good welds on this thing, and we'll see what happens.
Out in the yard, I've got dirt on my hands, busted up and in a hardcore plan. With an old ranch and rusted out kit, I'll make it run on shade tree grit. Yeah, it's shade tree grit, fixing what's mine, with gravel in my soul and hands in the ground. I may not have the finest tools on the list, but I'm holding it together with shade tree grit. Every dent, every scar tells a tale that's tough, but making it work when the work gets rough. Not every man sees what I see in this. It's pieced back together with shade tree grit. Yeah, shade tree grit, built on nothing but heart. The job half patched, still a fine art. The sweat in my brow and dirt on my fist.
Alright, guys, so these slots are too big for the screws to hold. So I found a couple of big flat washers. I'm gonna drill a couple of smaller holes on both sides of it. That way we get 4 screws on each side. I might see about drilling a hole through the top of this just to give one more little anchor spot. But yeah, I got to drill some extra holes in this because they're also too big. The heads of the screws just pop right through those also. So yeah, I've got to drill some smaller holes that'll actually hold the screws.
Rolling on shade tree grit. Neighbors stop by, say, how'd you make it run? I smile and say, just a job well done. It takes more than tools or a high-dollar kit. You gotta have something like shade tree grit. When the job's finally done and the engine's alive, I feel a little more drive, a little more pride. From broken down parts to a road that won't quit, she's running strong on shade tree grit. Yeah, shade tree grit, no degree required, just hands on the wheel and a soul that's wired. With grease on the palms, dirt in the mix, I'm building my life on shade tree grit. Here's the dent, every scar tells a tale it's tough, of making it work when the work gets rough. Not every man sees what I see in this. It's pieced back together with shade tree grit. Every dent, every scar tells a tale that's tough, of making it work when the work gets rough. Not every man sees what I see in this. It's pieced back together with shade tree grit. Yeah, shade tree grit, built on nothing but heart. The job half patched is still a fine art. The sweat in my brow and dirt on my fist, I keep it rolling on the shade tree grit. Yeah, shade tree grit, built on nothing but heart. A job half patched.
Explain what you're doing, Wiley.
Okay, so I'm going to be tying a bunch of knots through here where we can hang coat hangers in this. That way when we let it down like this and we're trying to hang something, it just don't want to slide down it. So I'm going to tie it like this. So whenever we dry clothes, we're going to put it on clothes hangers and hang it in these loops right here. I'm gonna tie a whole bunch of these all the way down, and we're pretty well ready to start drying clothes.
All right, then we need to do laundry.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Wiley, I think that's gonna work.
I think so. As long as that holds together, I think we'll be okay.
Otherwise, it's gonna be raining laundry. At least it's clean socks and not dirty underwear.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All right, guys. Finished result. Here's what I've got. So, I just tied a few knots in the end of this rope just because, you know, whenever we're pulling it down, it gives us something a little easier to hold on to. Put a couple screws in the log here. Now you just pull it down, take it off the screws, let the slack out of it, and check this out. We have laundry overhead. I've got a fan, so let's see. So here, let's see. Yeah, so I put this fan up a while ago to help blow some of the heat down, you know, circulate air in here, and it's actually blowing on the clothes, so I think that's going to help out a lot on the drying process. Of course, this load of laundry had a lot of socks and stuff in it. We have a different place over here we put the socks and everything, but I mean, so let's see. I'm pretty much having to stretch it up to touch the bottom of this, so nobody's going to be hitting their heads on it. It's up out of the way, out of the weather, and, you know, the heat off of the wood stove over there should give us plenty of airflow with the fan, and, you know, we'll see how that works, guys. I think it's going to work out okay. I think it'll be pretty awesome. Let me know what y'all think. And if y'all have any different ideas down in the comments. Remember, guys, work hard, stay humble, and love God.